Alrighty. Hope you're all having a good time. Hope you all enjoyed that run. It's a pretty good run. Hollow Knight's always a bit of a favorite of mine. Up next, we got a couple of really cool runs today. We got, Saria 100 coming up soon with Luigi's Mansion All Portraits and Automata, 80% VC3 mod by Sugoi. I'm very excited for both of those games. They're both very, very cool games. But in chat, you should see a little announcement from one of our resident mods, Adventure Potato, who did a fantastic tweet and did a funny on the internet. You should go click that link. You should go like it. You should go retweet it. You should send it to all your friends. Send it to your mum. Send it to your dog. Just send it to someone, all right? And while you are at it, you should definitely, I agree with Cece, you should follow SpeedDocs on Twitter. There's some funny tweets. You should also turn the notifications on, so then you know whenever there's a stream going on, because there's more than just SDAT and Launch Party. Sometimes we do little pop-up marathons for friends in need. Sometimes we do game shows. Sometimes we do other stuff. Sometimes we play Halo. Sometimes we play Fortnite. As we've been doing that a lot lately. It's a whole lot of stuff, and yeah, there's not too much on that Twitter feed. It's, every now and then when something's important and something's about to come up, I highly recommend it. For those of you who are wondering how you donate to incentives, when you put in your donation, you should see the nice little donate button. Once you check in your details, after you put in the amount in your comments and stuff like that, after you hit the next button, you'll see a nice little rewards page, and you'll see targets, you see polls. All three come up separately. You can just select what you want, whatever you want your money to go to, and I'll go straight towards that. If you forgot one for your donation, let a chat mod know. We'll be able to sort that out for you. All right, my friends, I see the Hardens, I see the Splash, I see the Yars, I see everything in chat. I hope you're all having a fantastic Friday or Saturday, depending on where you are in the world today. I think we've kept you waiting too long. We've got the next run right up for you. We've got Luigi's Mansion All Portraits by Saria 100.
Hello, I hope you're enjoying Speed Doxathon. I'm Zach from Save Data Team, and I'm here to tell you about our channel in this brief intermission. At Save Data Team, we make a lot of stuff, such as video essays breaking down the music in the Legend of Zelda series, to this video essay on the history of world record progression videos, in which I interviewed content creators like the Speed Docs guys themselves to learn how their content gets made. But we also do Let's Plays like our Ace Attorney with an Actual Lawyer series.
Lie like a dog.
Don't commit perjury!
And even this stream where we played Celeste, but our Twitch chat could kill us at any time.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
You bastard!
So, if anything I said sounds interesting to you, head over to Save Data Team on YouTube and give us a watch. Thanks, and now back to the show.
waxaan u imaaday ilmaha baa iga xanuunsaday xanuun badan oo xumad leh oo feedhaha oo gaadan yahay oo hileeyahayna wuu lahaa
Welcome back, everyone, to SDAT 2022. Up next, we have Saria with Luigi's Mansion All Portraits. Saria, the floor is yours, my friend.
Alright, my name is Saria, and I'm running All Portraits Luigi's Mansion. I think this is the first time this category has been showcased in the marathon before. And I have Red and Joven on commentary if you guys want to say something.
Hello, I am Red.
I'm Joven.
That's Joven.
That's Red.
Yep, that's everything needs to be said.
We're gonna see some action with the All Portraits speedrun.
Yep.
Very interesting category. You'll see a bunch of cool stuff.
Yeah, so
after the 5-minute mark, and then you just grab All Portraits. But we'll get into there when we get there.
So I'm ready to start if everything's all ready to go here.
Absolutely, we're ready when you are.
Alright, I'll do a countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so do you guys want to explain why I'm playing on the Japanese version of Luigi's Mansion?
The Japanese version, I'm not sure exactly how much it saves in All Portraits. I just know it abounds at 100%. It's 25 seconds and 40 seconds respectively. But it saves time mainly due to text and some version-specific text skips that we'll see later in the run. That do not work on the English version.
Yeah, and there's some text in this game that's just like random, so Japanese actually doesn't save a hard amount of time. It's run-by-run basis, really.
Yeah, that too.
Do you also... oh, go ahead.
You go. No, you go.
I was going to ask if you guys wanted to explain the star in the bottom right corner of my screen.
That means you're in Hidden Mansion. So Hidden Mansion is what we play on in the speedrun. It's kind of like an NG plus kind of thing, but there aren't really many differences. In the Japanese version, which is what Saria is playing, the only difference between the normal mansion you play through and a first playthrough and Hidden Mansion is that the vacuum is 2 times stronger. So because of that, that's why we play on it. Saves a couple minutes throughout the run. And it's a nice time save. So all these ghosts spawn in the exact same spot every time. And because of that, it allows Saria to do specific setups to get doubles in these rooms. You see Saria's lining up in specific spots. You get these doubles in a quick fashion. It's actually slower to double up those gold ghosts, because if you double them up, it actually misses a Oh! So Saria getting hit. So this is where ghosts do spawn randomly. If you miss a cycle, then they'll spawn in a random spot throughout the room, but that won't happen if you, see, like, these guys will always spawn there in the first wave, but they won't spawn there again if they despawn. So, as I was mentioning earlier, he grabbed 2 gold ghosts, separately instead of in a double. And the reason he did that is because only one of the ghosts actually progresses the cycles in waves, so that's the one on the right. So he can grab the one on the left without losing any time. So what Yigad is about to explain here is the portrait ghosts that are coming up. So normally you have to wait or do a certain amount of things to be able to get these guys, and we're going to see every single one of them. So yeah. Neville is very basic. You just face away from him and then wait here, and you just start sucking him up into the corner.
Oh yeah.
Gonna walk through this hallway and enter into Lydia's room, so you don't actually wait for anything in Lydia's room, you actually have to do a certain thing. So this room's really laggy because, as you can see, you pull back this curtain to get Lydia to show her heart. You can see Toad crying in the background. That's actually a balcony that we don't go to in the speedrun, but you can go to in a normal playthrough. And that's also loaded in while this room is loaded, so it causes the room to lag really badly. So you can see, Saria did a little micro optimization where he kept the light off, so that reduces some lag. So upcoming is the first real glitch of the run, and it's called the Laser Crusader, which skips a cutscene and saves about 1.5 seconds. If you hug this left wall and stand far up, you are barely out of the range to get Chauncey's cutscene, so you can grab this ball and shoot it at him. You do have to wait a small period of time before you can shoot it at him instantly, so that's why it doesn't save a huge amount of time, but it does still save some time, because Chauncey becomes tangible when the text would appear, not when the text goes away. And this is the first boss fight of the game. And this is actually the only ghost in the game that you can't one-cycle. There's a Boo that you can't one-cycle, but out of all the ghosts you capture through normal sucking up memes, you can't actually one-cycle this guy. So, it's a pretty basic boss fight. You just go to the right, and then go to the left, and dodge out these rocking horses. And we're gonna line up in a specific spot, and the reason we do this is because we can actually catch the ball out of the air and shoot it at him, and that saves a bit of time. So you can see, Saria left him purposefully higher up than 50. So if you get 49 or below on a Chauncey cycle, what it does is it actually adds another wave of rocking horses in this next cycle. So you're gonna see it does the exact same thing as the first cycle. If you put him below 50, that won't happen. You're gonna purposefully get beat here, and we're gonna float our vacuum and knock in this middle part, and then shoot the ball at him. And then we're gonna see a really huge part of saving time. So, Joe, if you want to explain this, you can go right
Yeah,
ahead.
so basically in this game there exists a floor 1.5, which if you see Saria do a little trick there, you get up to this sort of in between floors and you can pretty much navigate it through it and skip pretty big portions of the game. You can actually use this to beat the game in only about 8 minutes, but for this category specifically, we're going to use it to get to the courtyard early. So coming up here, you're going to see him try to get hit. Luigi's foot get hit by a bat, which skews him. Basically puts Luigi at an angle so he can make it over barriers. And he actually failed it, so he's going to have to reset the bats right, walking through that door twice. That looks pretty good. Okay, so coming up here, he's going to basically do the same thing with a slightly different setup with these bats. Oh wait, I forgot. You can actually do this trick without getting a skew by knocking on this pillar, holding forward. Oh.
That's fine. I'm in a backup file before the run started in case it happens.
Oh, that's good. So
Okay.
there he actually did soft lock.
So
It's pretty easy to soft lock there if you
you go ahead.
if you stand too far left in that pillar and you knock, you can soft lock, which is unfortunate. But we're gonna try it again. And just using the ball, this thing called ball clip here, you can actually push Luigi. This is another way to push Luigi behind that chest there.
So this out of bounds is going to be losing him time now because it doesn't actually save a huge amount of time, but because you have to grab everything anyway. This saves a lot more times in other categories that does it because you can skip the entire Bogmire boss fight, but you can't actually do that in this for obvious reasons. So we're gonna see if he can get it this attempt.
Joe's gonna point his flashlight toward the middle of the hallway just to make sure he doesn't get scared by any CLA surprise ghosts, because if you do get scared, it actually will most likely clip Luigi back inbounds, which you don't want.
But that's what's
Now,
was supposed to happen the first time, but he was too far left, so.
Yeah, that lasted me about a minute, but that's fine. I guess I get to showcase how risky out of bounds can be, and the ball clip as well, so I'm not too upset about that.
Yeah. Good thing you set up the backup file. That would have been really bad.
Yeah, I thought about making a save file just in case I can't do the out of bounds, but I decided against it, so I just made a backup save because I figured I have a pretty. I intentionally made my estimate pretty easy, so in case that happens, I can back up. So yeah, I'm very, very glad I made that save file.
Yeah, so we're gonna be doing some things that you wouldn't normally do this early in the game. We're gonna grab a Mario item and actually unlock Biff's room. So you actually have to go through that cutscene to grab a key into Biff's room. We're gonna grab Biff now. This is just an entire sequence break, so just by doing that out of bounds, you unlock Area 3 at basically the very beginning of the game. So grabbing this key, even though it's not an area key, it does unlock a door that allows you to go into Area 3 whenever you want. And that's where a lot of the time save comes in. So you can actually do a cutscene skip here by entering the store before the chest spawns. And there you go. Our Area 3 is unlocked. Now we can't do anything up there yet because we don't have any key items to be able to do much. But it is there, and that's what's important. We'll set up a double here. That's going to be one of the most common ways to set up doubles, is letting those guys choke you so you can shake them off into each other. We're going to see that a little bit more later. So next up is Ballroom, which have a very annoying Shy Guys. We're likely going to see Sorry go for a thing called the Shy Guy 6-piece. And Joven, I'll let you explain it.
So for Shy Guy 6-piece in this room, you're going to see, first he's going to do a scare skip with the Game Boy Horror, which basically skips a scared animation, which allows for faster walking. And he's going to do the specific setup here to get them all together. And he vacuums all their masks up and then gets them all in one swoop, and that was really good.
So here, there's the people called the Werlinda, and pretty much when they show their heart is completely RNG, and you can save 10 seconds or lose 10 seconds pretty much. Let's see if he gets it here. He does not, unfortunately, so he's going to be losing 10 seconds. It's really annoying, but you sign your soul away with the RNG when you start running it. And a lot of the rooms are going to be pretty much the same premise. Line up in certain spots and get doubles and optimally end where the chest or key place to be in the end. But here, in between ghost waves, you're going to vacuum this wall. So that sucks up a poster through the wall. So pressing a button in the bottom of the room actually makes that wall move back. Normally there'd be a poster over the button, but that's not going to be there. Because, sorry, I got it to the wall. And pressing this button up here is gonna release all the boos, which are, how do I put this? Annoying. You can do a lot to. Anyone who's played this game casually and hasn't speedrun it knows how annoying these guys can be.
Luckily for this run, we only need 40 out of the 50 to unlock King Boo's altar.
So yeah, I should mention that this category, along with all boos, I think have had the most recent route change, because most of the other routes are, for the most part, aside from I guess money and 100%, are for the most part figured out. But these categories, because of the out of bounds, the routes are very different. And it was a little while ago now, but it wasn't until somewhat recently that people started doing this route and run. So I'm gonna be doing
this route. You pretty much have to go straight for chance. So what you used to do is you used to grab all the boos in area 1 hallway, but there's a cutscene skip that allows you to save a bit of time here now. I believe this route only saves time if you get tech skip and parlor.
This route saves 10 seconds if you get everything.
Literally tech skip and parlor.
Yeah,
pretty much. Like, so it's pretty worth doing, but I mean, it's not going to be the hugest deal if you don't do it.
I should also mention another small perk about this route is that you do skip one of the tech skips after the 15th boo. Like, you skip the tech, so you actually have less of a chance to get Van Gore-Tex on that boo. So you actually probably save even more time with that. Which is just like a nice small little thing that you don't have to have as much luck in your run. So yeah, I guess they can talk about the strat I'm about to do that basically saves the majority of the time on this route.
There's a trick in this game that was kind of recently found where if you scan an object that makes Luigi talk as he enters a cutscene trigger, it allows him to walk. You can completely get rid of triggers like in King Boo. We won't see that in this run because it doesn't really allow you to complete the game. But here, it does actually give us a bit of time save. So normally this wouldn't save time because you do have to go through text, but you are actually going to have to walk upstairs. So as you can see, he's going to walk straight up to this door, and he's just going to scan it instantly, like that, and then he's just going to walk away. Oh, he actually missed it there. Maybe he got it there?
Yeah, you have to walk far enough.
Yeah, he got it there. So you see the door animation's happening, but Luigi's not standing still. So he has to wait up here so that he doesn't go 2 rooms away on accident. So he does actually get tech skip here with the best RNG as well. Mario. So where these boos spawn is entirely up to luck stands. Luigi's Mansion decides whether or not the boo spawns in a good spot, pretty much. There's a radar in the bottom right that you can read as you clear rooms and as you walk into rooms that are already cleared, that you can use to know where the boo generally is, but there's no guarantee because every time you search a spot, a boo fake can come out. there, and there's no way to tell the difference. I think if you scan the object, if there's a question mark, the boo's guaranteed to be in there, but obviously, that wouldn't be very useful in speedruns. Just pull up the camera, go through text. It's just not really worth it.
Mario.
So, using a thing called boot dragging, get closer to the door here. And we're gonna grab our 5th boo, which will allow us to go into the washroom with Toad and grab a key.
Could you explain our pumping?
Oh, probably should.
I'll explain it. So
Okay.
there's a, you notice if he keeps how he keeps boos in place. It's basically done by, usually you have to follow a boo around the room to drain its HP, but you can actually keep it in place by holding both triggers and pumping R as in letting go and repressing R every 10 HP on the boo, and it keeps the boo in place. And it's very helpful for speedruns, so boos don't leave rooms
So
very easily.
You can only do that 14 times. The boo has 15 cackles. You have the one where you first lock onto the boo and then 14 pumps. So you can do 150 HP. There are ways you can get more HP out of your R pumps, but that's probably not good. I don't know. This won't be shown. It's not done in this category, to my knowledge. But it's called boo dragging. You saw it briefly there in Sword Boo, but so you do that in the Breaker Boo, which is later in the run, but you don't do Breaker Boo in this category at the same time.
Yeah, that's one kind of nice thing about having an input display is you can kind of see how art pumping is. It kind of explains itself on the controller inputs.
As I mentioned earlier, you're going to be getting choked by these guys and then shaking them off. Be able to get them together.
In this room, you're going to see a little skip here. We like to call it fire skip, but basically he's going to suck up the boo, get the medallion at the same time, and do a save and quit warp. And that's going to allow him to skip the EGAD text you get after picking up the medallion, and also the puzzle, quote-unquote puzzle, even though it's just lighting torches.
That's gonna be a little hard this run because usually you just mash A and go to file 1, but because I have the backup file, everything's gonna be on file 3. I could copy it, but that would just lose time, so I'm not gonna
Yeah,
bother.
I'm not gonna lie. I got kind of nervous when I saw.
I was like, wait, why is there chains on the door?
All right, so the butler
everything's
cycle
fine.
here is it used to be RNG because you save warp, it actually resets it, and it makes it so you can get a consistently fast butler cycle. So I'll hand it over to you, Joven, for explaining more stuff because you haven't really said much.
Yeah, sure. So you're gonna see at the end of this hallway, there's the butler. Here's light up candles. That's a pretty good butler cycle. Next, he's gonna head to laundry room, and he's gonna have to clear that room, as in light it up, before Butler sits down. And thankfully, you do have a lot of time to do that, so it helps just being productive during the Butler cycle. In this room, you can also do a little chest animation skip with the hat. If you suck up the hat during the chest animation in this room, the animation of the hat replaces the chest cutscene, so it saves a little bit of time. He does get it. And he's also going to open the chest before exiting the room because otherwise that animation will replay when he comes back. So this is the first JP exclusive tech skip you'll see right here with this boo. If you suck up this boo into the vortex with the mouse hole, it actually skips the text. If you attempted this on English, he just wouldn't go through the mouse hole with the boo, but as you can see, it skips the EGAD text, and it's also going to happen on the way back from Hidden Room. Here here in Hidden, you see a pretty good quad with these punchers. Hopefully he gets it. Nice. There you see 2 tech skips right there. There's actually another tech skip coming up in Laundry Room that you can do with this boo. It's a bit more difficult though, because you have to be good at boo drags like Red mentioned earlier. Unfortunately does not get it. So he's gonna grab fire there, because one, you do need it for kitchen because there is a element ghost in there, but also it helps with element skips, which basically, or vacuum cancels. If you go to a light to a dark room, Luigi has to pull out his vacuum, but if you spray element as you go in, it saves a bit of time taking out the vacuum. Now Melody's gonna play a song. This can either be Water theme or Super Mario Bros. 3 theme, Overworld theme. Thankfully we do know based on the choices. Melody gives her a sheet music attack and then suck her up, and that's Melody. Another big part of optimization in this game is being able to find boos fast, because the radar can be a bit confusing sometimes, but so it's really important to really know how to interpret radar, find boos quickly. So we're coming up here on our first optional portrait ghost that you usually don't need to get in beating the game, but since this is all portraits, we have to get Mr. Lugs. So what you're going to see Sari do here is start Lugs' cycle by sucking up his food, and that's going to start his attack, but you can actually clear kitchen in the meantime while he does his attacks. So it'll keep this cycle going.
Oh yeah.
You're going to see Sari collect water element, get the boo, and then go back to Lugs to suck him up. That is our second out of 3 elements. And we actually do need to get, if you played this game before, you do know Spooky and Bogmire behind that door, but we're actually going to come back later. A bit later in the run, you can actually do a wrong warp with Bogmire. We'll talk more about that when we get to it, but for now, he's going to head back into Area 3 after beating the Lugs. Another annoying thing about the vacuum in this game is that it prioritizes a lot of items over a boo. So for example, if there's a banana or a pearl, Luigi's vacuum will prioritize that item over a boo, which can cause you to lose a boo easily. I'm not sure why they programmed that, but they did.
You saw that, Sari opened that chest there. He didn't do that for no reason. That every time you go 2 rooms away, the room completely deloads. And because of that, the chest cutscene actually does itself multiple times per time you go through. So you saw that chest cutscene played. You skipped it earlier because you went to the door quickly. However, that wasn't the case for Lux's chest. We do have to go back there later though, so he's just gonna open it so he doesn't have to go to the chest cutscene. Grab this boo because it's fast.
So
Also because you need it.
yeah, you want to elaborate a bit on that?
So when you sequence, the developers put in a sequence, kind of like anti-sequence break into this game, where if you don't have a certain boss's area key, the boos won't spawn. And I think they did this to prevent being able to get to Boolossus if you somehow got here without the key. But the only problem is it doesn't work, because you can still get past this point in the game if you just grab every single boo that you can. So there wasn't really a point in it, but you know, whatever. So if he spawned this boo, he would just laugh for a bit and then just immediately disappear. So we're not going to be grabbing any boos until we go back downstairs. So what boos are considered Area 3 boos? Any boo that's considered an Area 3 boo is not going to spawn, which is pretty much just any boo on this floor. But any rooms that are downstairs on the first floor, they still spawn. For some reason, they're considered Area 2 boos, but I'm not exactly sure why they did that. But they did, so... I mean, it's a good thing for us, because it allows us to actually do this route and make it work. Like, yeah.
I'll spawn Astral Boo intentionally to showcase what happens when you don't have the key and the boost spawns.
Yeah. Wait, did you say Nanaboo or Astral?
Astral Hall Boo.
Yeah, because it wouldn't be a very good boo to do. This wouldn't be a very good boo to do this on.
In Astral Hall, you're ideally going to see 2 doubles and a triple here. Pretty neat room. You're going to see what happens when you try to spawn a boo, an Area 3 boo right now. And yeah, it's just going to disappear just like that. Because the game is not like that.
Oh, Moonshot. I need a break. That was a joke that probably no one understands, but if you do understand it, then I'm happy. There's a lineup. This Moon's, like, it just, the depth perception is just so awful that it just doesn't, even if it looks like you're pointing directly to it, you're shooting to a different continent. Like, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, the oh, sorry, what were you gonna say?
It just doesn't work. I was done.
Yeah, the angle is really misleading, so we use a visual cue. We can't just, like, eyeball it. I mean, I think there are people that used to do that, but they miss Moonshot a lot, so everybody should learn the setup for that if you're gonna do it.
So you're going to see Saria grab the star, so he has completed his 1-star speedrun. But this is actually all portraits, so the timer doesn't end yet.
So these rooms that Saria is about to go to, in the game's eyes, they're Area 2. So because of that, the boos are gonna spawn, and it's the same for Area 1 hallway. I'm not exactly sure why these boos are considered Area 2 boos. Unless they were at some point Area 2 in development, there's no reason for it, because if it was based off which floor you were on, then like Chauncey boo and stuff wouldn't spawn. So I don't know what they were thinking.
Unfortunate. My guess with that is that Area 1 hallway boos, like all the Area 1 boos, obviously they're on the second floor, but they're like in Area 1. If you couldn't get them, you couldn't like progress, so they had to make them. And then this floor.
Yeah, but like, why did they? It could have been laziness. I don't know.
Yeah.
There are a lot of reasons to why why these guys are considered Area 2. My best guess is that they were at some point Area 2 in development.
So yeah, I guess Bank Shot, we didn't talk too much about them, but basically that was RNG where those pool balls go, and they went in probably the worst possible direction. Like, all three of them went to the right, and I stand to the left, so I could have still gotten it, but it would have been a lot harder.
It's possible from every single position. But, like, some positions can be harder.
Yeah, it's just, they just are really weird.
So once again, we're gonna see the classic, get Luigi to choke and then shake him off. Wait. Yeah.
Right.
And see, he chokes and you suck them up. And then we're gonna do it again, but it's gonna be even more classy. Because it's not gonna be just a double, it's gonna be a big trio.
So we're actually coming up on the best trick in the game right here, which is usually known by the projection saving orb.
Yeah, so this trick saves about half the time from the route. Like, this trick saves like 4 seconds and the route saves 10, so a lot of time saved from this trick alone.
So is this trick not possible in the old route?
Yeah, because you, trying to think of why. I think it's because, oh yeah, because you get the aerial hallway boost at a different time. It's really weird in the old route, but it was slower, so we didn't do it.
Now we're gonna grab these boos. Pretty epic boos in my opinion. Suck up the, gonna be using our vacuum to search that. We're gonna grab fire up there so that we're able to flashlight skip and vacuum cancel and all that great stuff. I don't think we have mentioned flashlight skipping or vacuum canceling. If you press L as you go into a room that's dark, it'll skip an animation of Luigi pulling out the flashlight. And if you press L and then R in a lit room, it'll skip an animation of him pulling out his vacuum. That's a very, very, very bare bones explanation of vacuum canceling and flashlight skipping.
Just think you press L, and you save time.
We should have added an incentive to say no to the twins.
Yeah, that would have been really cool.
I'd rather have said no to Melody, honestly, but to each their own.
Yeah,
Well, you can't say no to Melody.
Or pick the wrong answer. You basically say no when you do
It's
that.
like, oh, which song was this? No. So we're gonna probably see singles here. It's just suck up
Nope.
the R.
That's cool.
I guess we're actually getting twins double.
So we're gonna get the accidental twins double. You know, as I said before, this game is completely down to the hands of the game. Like your run's just it's the game. So this is a good example of the pearls being prioritized. You know, Luigi's vacuum is kind of just like it's just going all over the place. I mean, like. It's over there, it's over there, it's in front of the boo as well, like, it's just everywhere. I mean, like, what else could possibly happen? So, we're gonna just get this. I don't think I have ever seen someone get burned in here, but...
No, I tried to drag the boo very aggressively, and that bomb was just... That's never happened to me before. That's really, really rare. That combination of events is... Yeah, that's really rare.
And not only that, I don't think I've ever seen a boo bomb spawn in there. It's usually a boo ball.
Yeah, so this category, the sequence breaking actually changes that for some reason, whether a boo ball or bomb spawns in some objects.
I've noticed other runners get other spawns. I don't know what determines that, because even in like it's weird. It might be disc to disc basis, which would be really funny if that's the case. But
no, because that never happens to me in No Out of Bounds, so I don't think it's disc.
Yeah, but I've seen runners in No Out of Bounds get boo bombs and stuff there.
Okay, well now we have a minute and a half to talk about whatever we want, so...
Yeah, so pretty much, if there's time for donations, it's now.
Absolutely. We had $10 come in earlier from Anonymous. He says, oh yeah, Ouija time. And just a quick little heads up to everyone who is considering donating. We're very close to $750, which is pretty huge for day one. We've also got Nier Automata Choose a Language incentive that is coming up for the next run. German's currently at $20. English is following close behind at $10 in Japanese. Hasn't had anything yet, but I don't know, $21 is all we need, and Japanese will scream into the lead. Exclamation mark donate if you want to get yourself involved with that.
We got another minute. If there's anything else you want to read out.
Absolutely. We'll look at the new website that we have rolling out. stat.live. You can see the prizes that we're giving away. You can see the schedule. You can see the stream. You can see there's a link there for donations. There's all sorts of stuff. Oh, RoboClock. Uh-oh. Hang on. Okay.
I thought that was me.
Nah.
I was trying not to laugh the entire time. Alright, well, now we're sucking up Clairvoyant. So, for some reason, even though she wants to go back in her painting, she's just so resentful? I don't know how to put that, but, like,
She's
it's harder
really
to suck her
weird.
up.
It's unfortunate. But yeah.
It's like,
So this boo is the last boo we're gonna get before we lost this, I should mention.
yeah, because Smart Boo will be like, yeah.
Our boo is counts as an Area 3 boo, so we can't get him yet.
But for some reason, I mean, I guess this counting as an Area 2 room makes sense, because if you do somehow manage to clear that in Area 2, you should be able to get the boo.
You go there in Area 2.
Yeah, that's why I said that. So we're actually going to be grabbing ice here. So the best part about this is it's really easy to forget. And most of the time when you forget it, you don't even realize it until you get in this fire room and you're like, you start spraying fire at the guy and you're just like, oh, I did it again.
Yeah.
But luckily, Saria remembered.
Yep.
Not an LM runner unless you forget ice. At least once.
After a while playing, it becomes basically second nature. To the point where I'm more likely to enter that room unnecessarily than to miss it.
We're gonna see a double in here. I don't think we mentioned earlier that garbage can ghosts, you can actually push them around and not take damage. They're one of the, I believe, I don't know if they're the only ghosts that you can do that with, but most ghosts you'll take damage.
I think you can push around the ceiling surprise ghosts if they spawn on the floor.
Then they're not ceiling surprise ghosts, are they?
I mean, no, but that's a glitch, so, like... So now we're going into blue losses, which is really annoying. But real quick before the fight, something I need to mention. If there's a glitchless run in any game, and an accidental glitch happens, does that invalidate the run? Found that?
Yeah, I think so. Pretty sure. I mean, it's glitchless. You can't... It's not purposeful glitching.
Fault, you know,
it's called
like...
just glitchless. Anyways, so yes, you actually need 20 boos to fight Boolossus, and Sorry has exactly 20, so that actually works out perfectly.
That's what I was mentioning earlier. I'm pretty sure the boos not spawning is an anti-sequence break, but it actually just doesn't work. So
well, it works. It's just they didn't they didn't do it right. They didn't do it enough. Like for the boos that does happen, it works.
Boolossus. You know, I have nightmares about this guy sometimes. Anyway, you want to face directly to the right, and then start walking to the left. And this makes the boos go, you want to know what the best plan of action is? Group up together. You're going to shoot a nice ball, and then spray them all. And yeah, this fight's actually really easy, but it's also easy to mess up. That's the trade-off. If you have ever played this game as a kid, you probably remember how terrible this fight was. And indeed it was. Now, you get to know that it was actually really easy all along. Now we're going into a cutscene. So this cutscene is going to be extremely long because we've grabbed a lot of portrait ghosts and we haven't went through the the portrificationizer in 35 minutes, so there's a lot of there's gonna be a lot.
This is a good time to for a popcorn break.
Pretty sure there's more ghosts in the thing than there normally would be too. And
Definitely.
you want to read out any more donations? You have 2 minutes to do that.
Well, we hope my net's not gonna die this time around. As I was saying earlier, we do have a new website, stat.live. There's prizes, there's the donation link, there's schedule, there's the stream, there's everything you ever need in regards to STAT. Speaking of prizes, we're giving away a whole bunch of fun stuff this week and next week as well. When you do donate, you can see that there'll be a bunch of rewards right there. You can, you know, enter yourself into a bunch of raffles, and a whole bunch of tiers. That will get you access to prizes the students can be giving out every day for the entire marathon. Also, please note there is no purchase necessary. There is also a form which I believe will be on the site, which once again is stat.live. And if you'd like to donate, !donate in chat, or once again, everything's all on the website.
Donate. It's for a good cause.
Oh no.
Back to the game.
That's a very interesting mistake to make.
Okay.
So this whole run, I've been going into file 3. Okay, I have a backup. I'm gonna have to load a backup area for save file, so there's gonna be some stuff that you're not gonna see. So this whole run, I've been going into file 3, and there I thought I had to go to file 3.
Make sure the backup save file has all the portrait ghosts.
No. It's not. This run is invalid anyway.
I mean, we watched him get the portrait ghosts.
Yeah, you guys can vouch for me. So I will not be able to do the Bogmire wrong warp. This is gonna be really scuffed, by the way, but I will be getting the rest of Area 4. So Area 4 will mostly be the same.
We're not gonna see the Bogmire wrong. That's the whole point of this category ever being played, is because of that. We're not gonna see it.
Yeah, that was a really bad mistake on my part. Luckily, it's not that. I mean, obviously the Bogmire wrong warp's really, really cool looking. So it's a shame I won't be able to show it. But the rest of Area 4, maybe I should have. I could have made it to the backup save file, but I never expected this to happen.
That's fair enough.
All right, I guess I just won't do map glitch again. We never talked about that. This is a good excuse to talk about it.
Alright, well, map glitch. You reset the game, pull out the map at the same time, it doesn't show up anymore. So now we're gonna see possibly the most scuffed speedrun of all portraits of all time.
So yeah, I guess I'll explain what we're missing. Sorry to talk over you, but I'm gonna explain what we're missing. So normally we would go to Tea Room right now and get the boo in there. And then we'd go to Safari Room and get that boo. And then after clearing the cellar, we'd go to Spooky and Bogmire, and we would actually wrong warp after the Bogmire cutscene to the rooftop. Like I said, I never expected this to happen because there's no real risk.
Unfortunately, it is going to be a Saria % run instead.
Yep. So
yeah.
This save file is basically a no out of bounds save file. I'm just gonna get I'm actually gonna get an extra boo because normally there's 37, so I can actually try to show off breaker boo, and that'll be the replacement. Although I'm probably
yeah. I think to make up for it, you should water the plant.
The plant's dead.
Yeah,
That's okay.
Or it hasn't grown yet, but yeah. So basically, it really is unfortunate, but it's like obviously it's really cool, but it's not that big of a deal. Like the rest of Area 4, I can do like all portraits, so I can still showcase the attic. I can showcase Supi. I can showcase all that stuff still. So for the most part, we're fine. It's just that one little thing that we can't showcase.
But we're entering Blackout, and that's cool.
Yeah, so
this is actually, fun fact, this is an entirely different mansion. How did we know this? Because there are fake doors that aren't there. So Gremlin, he's kind of a jerk. He likes scaring people, and the most scary part is that when he shows his heart is entirely up to RNG. I remember the Rolinda earlier, where their heart would show 10 seconds early or 10 seconds late. Yeah, no, this guy can go for hours if he really wants to. I mean, that would never happen, but I mean, it could happen.
I don't know if anybody's actually looked into the maximum time for this guy.
I'm pretty sure that this is entirely up to RNG. So he could technically go on forever.
Yeah. Although I feel like eventually there'd be something weird that happens. I don't know. But right now the longest we've seen is like 48 seconds or something.
Something like that. It's crazy. I mean, this guy could kill your run. Like, just like that. You're on a good. Run grimly. Visible thing is the little 50. Oh!
Alright, we're seeing.
No.
And
I should
Oh,
have
I barely missed it,
at
but
1 HP.
yeah, he was
And
doing Wall
it
Street
sounds
there.
bad, but
I mean, Wall
it
Street.
gets even worse.
Oh man.
Like, you can drop him at 0. Sorry.
So luckily, in this category, wait, actually, I was gonna say something that is not true. But yeah.
It wouldn't even matter if that affected anything anyway, because we're not doing all portraits at this point.
I'm gonna get the rest of the portraits. I'm gonna keep this as legit as I can.
I mean, yeah, but like.
I mean, the run became invalid as soon as I soft locked anyway, so it's all fine. This boo is being mean. So yeah, I guess in place of Bogmire, you get to see Breaker Boo, which is very hard.
There's a thing that can happen called Blue Hits Bless, and that's where he goes back into Breaker. And we're gonna see firsthand if it decides to happen.
I'm actually gonna check for the boo. Because
Bless, will he be in there? He is not in there.
I'm gonna check because my cellar was really bad.
He don't think he's in there. That's why you never check for that. You always just do it. You walk in there, he's not there, not worth it. Just go.
Yeah.
It's over.
My cellar was really, really slow, so he might have had enough time to hide, but I wasn't actually hearing the audio, so I'm not sure how much time I had. Anyway, so starting from now, this route and the route of what I would have been doing is basically aligned. So starting like once I get to the balcony, everything will be all good, and it'd be like nothing ever happened except for my boot count. Actually, my boot count's the same. No, it's not,
Yeah,
but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you can get Breaker Boo though, so.
Yeah, so Breaker Boo is going to be in Pipe Room. Luckily, in this category, I guess I should mention that in No Out of Bounds, you save and quit from the Armory Room, and normally you don't do that. Or if you do that, Breaker Boo will be reset. In this category, we don't, so I can not worry about that and just go straight to Pipe Room and get him.
Yeah, so we're just gonna be heading our way upstairs. So pretty much, it's the walk of shame. Like you gotta do this like how many times? Like 3 separate times. Like, I mean, you can warp to the bottom of the mansion quickly, but you just can't do it the other way around.
If only.
This is an optional room, so we're not gonna clear it.
Yeah, this room is usually cleared in all booths and 100%, but not in all
is a
portraits
mandatory
because.
We're gonna clear it. So we're gonna likely see Sario go for a little trick called Soldier Double. And that's when you suck up 2 of the soldiers at the same time.
Soldier Triple is actually possible, but it is very, very, very difficult. But Soldier Double is pretty cool. I've seen activate the green soldiers. What do you call that on the back of them?
Valves.
Key?
The valve. Yeah.
Yeah, the valve, and then get the blue soldier in. Yeah, that was pretty
I
clean.
thought that was called E.
It might be. I don't know, man.
I've been calling it a key. I I don't know. Is there an
I've
official
always
name?
I've always just called them the Winder Uppers, to be honest, because I always forget what the names are.
I just call it the turny thing.
I had toy soldiers when I was.
Oh, hey, we're seeing. So well, this is.
So this is a very unfortunate mistake. When the ghost.
You can go for it. You can go for it again if you
Yep,
want.
I'm gonna go for it again.
So he's doing the Boston Burn 2.0, which is yeah, I mean it's basically the same thing we saw in the ballroom, but this is actually just on room, and it's a different setup. And he got it though.
Yeah,
That's
the
what matters.
Boston Bruh.
Paid for effort.
Fun fact: the Shy Guy 6 piece, which was originally going to be called the Boston Bruh, but even though Boston had nothing to do with it,
Yeah, just
I kind of wish
as a little
that name stuck.
an Easter egg.
Just happened to have alliteration, so it had to be called that.
All right, so these past few minutes have basically been like no out of bounds, but now after clearing Armory, we get to get a little frisky and start going off the no out of bounds path.
So we're gonna go past telephone room again. This is an optional room, so we're not gonna clear it. But there's a mandatory room right here, and it's called. What is it called?
The Armory.
So we're gonna
Yeah,
burn this
so-
guy. He's gonna get hit by the statue, obviously intentional.
There's a lot of different strats for this room. You can do a triple, you can do a 4-piece, you can do a 5-piece even, but
They do a 3-piece.
I think the most standard strat is setting up a triple at the end there, which you can do, and yeah, that's what he's gonna do.
Yeah. I believe this is probably the most common strat for this room. Even casuals do this.
I did not do this casually.
I didn't either.
I don't know who did this casually, but
I don't think anybody did. Anyway,
So,
someone
yeah.
probably did.
we're not gonna grab this boo, I don't think, because
Yeah, it's
I mean
slow.
the boo route's kind of messed up, so
That
I
is
don't really.
true, but
The boo route from here on out, I mean, you have to get Breaker Boo again, but after that, it'll be like the same as normal portraits, so.
It's the Jarvis, the best, the holder of the one and only Jarvis % category, which was a thing for a little bit. You just gotta spray him 7 times, and he's like, "Oh, you got 7, oh mate. I'm gonna stuff you into one of these jars." That's how I've always imagined him talking. I wish this game had voice acting. It's kind of weird.
it works so
Like-
well in SMS. I just wish they
I mean,
incorporated it in this game.
I mean, it's actually weird. They had voice act for Clairvoya. And
Imagine-
like she recorded lines, and they never put it in the game.
Dude, if I had to sit there and listen to everything she said, that'd be like 5 minutes, man.
That's all right. That's less mashing.
Maybe. I don't know if they like.
But that is a fun fact for anyone who didn't know that. She does have lines that are said that you just can't hear them in game.
So now.
They were put up on the website though. So now we're gonna go into sealed room, which is an optional room, but we do clear it. And there's no boo in there, and there's no portrait in there. But you want to know what is in there? A key. And you want to know what
Where's
that
that
key
key?
leads to? A living room. But you want to know what the living room leads to? A guest room. And you want to know what's in the guest room? A portrait ghost.
Well, actually, it's a sitting room, but yeah.
Same thing, man. My living room literally looks like sitting room. I'm not even joking.
There's actually not a
Same.
single room in this game called the living room.
There was a room called
Was.
In every
Ooh, that's.
Astaria is
Dumb.
gonna get hit.
that right there is
So
another
as you
example
can
of our-
see, so that's what I like to call being effed over, and so I can't actually swear, but you get the idea. We're gonna pull off this cloth and use the mirror. And you wanna know what scanning a mirror does? It brings you back to the foyer.
So yeah.
I've done this like 8 times.
Yeah. This is-
Anyway, we're gonna walk down to the basement now. So Zara's gonna have to clear pipe room to get the boo, but yeah, that's about it. All we gotta do is just pray he doesn't get pipe boo first, and if he does,
Yeah. So
oh well.
in this game, one thing that you basically will never see in speedruns is you can't spawn 2 boos at once. So if I spawn the wrong boo here that has 300 health, I have to just hope he leaves the room fast. This is really gonna be weird. Pipe room double, unfortunately, I did not get that. You don't clear this room when you have this is like a very okay. This is not what I'm used to doing, so that's an unfortunate series of events. Let's hope this is the boo. Ah, it's unfortunate.
Now we're gonna have to go through this cutscene, and you froze the boo.
Doesn't matter. He's gonna leave the room anyway.
He's just like, and here's a fun fact about Pipe Boo. He is so slow. He has 300 HP, and he's really easy to one cycle.
Yeah,
He's the only boo in the game that is that slow, and I'm not sure why they decided to make him the only boo that acts like that.
I know why, because my uncle works for Nintendo.
Dang.
Original joke.
I'm just kidding. My uncle doesn't work for Nintendo.
For real this time. Okay, well minus this boo. The route is now synced up with the route I would be going on. Only difference, I guess, is I don't have all the portraits, so my run's technically not valid, but I already was cheating anyway, so it's fine.
Whatever you do, don't ask Saria to press the Z button during an all-portraits run.
Yep. Or I'm just gonna have to end the stream before the credits or the portrification nicer thing. Oh, that's not nice.
So, he didn't get the big pearls, so in reality, he won here. Weston, Luigi.
Yeah, I mean, he lost the fight, but he did cost me time. Although I don't have to deal with his pearls, so that's gonna
He
get
lost the fight, but he won the war.
Thank you.
So, this is a 150 HP boo. So this is the first example of doing perfect R pumps to be able to get this guy. If he does
Yeah, where are you going, dog? Yeah, that was no good.
So, as you can see, Saria actually didn't do the strat I was just talking about, unfortunately. However, we will just get it in 2 seconds instead. So, we're nearing the end of the run now.
Yes.
All that's left is another marathon up to the top of the mansion, and then some portrait ghosts and King Boo. So, you know, the best part about this is it's a marathon within a marathon.
Yep. If you ever want to play a game where you walk a lot, this is your game. This game has a very good amount of walking, so your movement kind of matters, but it's not like Mario 64 or many Mario games where you have to like do complex series of movements. You kind of just hold the control stick and Luigi goes.
Yeah, I love doing a dive rollout in Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing what that would look like, and it kind of hurts my brain, honestly.
Okay, so
Like these candles, and then these ghosts spawn. They're like, ha 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 ha. You've seen us like what, like 100 times now?
No, but these ghosts.
What is
Gold.
these guys? Like, oh, they're different. Oh, and this.
These guys' hitboxes are really weird, which makes this double.
It's not the ghost, it's the water.
Yeah, so for some reason in this game they completely screwed water over and they made it so it's really weak.
What it is every single element has just a straight hitbox, but water looks like it has multiple like streams coming out of it, and each one of those have separate hitboxes on it, which makes it really hard to hit enemies for zero reason.
Yeah, so basically, water is an arc. Like you see, it's affected by gravity, whereas ice and fire aren't. So, unfortunately, it makes hitting things with it really hard. But luckily, in basically every category, you almost never use water to hit ghosts. It's like 2 ghosts, and those are the 2 ghosts. One in like max percent, but yeah.
Now this is gonna be the last boo we grab in the run. Sitting boo.
Yep, and that's the last optional portrait ghost.
Yeah, that too. So next up is Van Gore.
I'll have to get this
You
movie.
want to know what they call Van Gore in Dutch? Wait, no. Wait, what is? No, it's
I think it's in the.
Wait, they call him Pablo in one of the things.
They call him Pop. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to say something that I don't know.
Yeah, in
But in
reality,
one
me
version of the
and
game,
Joe
he's
know
called
nothing
like
about
Pablo
this game.
Picasso, or some play on words
Yeah,
with Pablo
and-
Picasso.
That's what he's called. Pablo Picasso.
So yeah, so Van Gore. Anybody wondering about a run estimate? Assuming all goes well, there's about 5 minutes left of the run, so I should still be able to finish well under estimate, which is pretty impressive considering all the things I've done pretty badly this run. Yeah, so Van Gore, it's basically a collection of most of the ghosts we've seen. 3 each, and we just doom basically just a bunch of triples, and I doom fast.
So it's like a boss fight, just without the bosses. It's a massive debate whether or not this is considered a boss fight or not, and I've realized something that completely changes my view. I used to consider Van Gore a boss fight, right? Until I realized the bosses always come at the end. It's like it shows all the portraits in the portrification at the end of the cutscene every time. That always shows at the end of the run. However, or at the end of the cutscene. However, Van Gore is not always last, which means the game itself does not consider him a boss, which means he's not a boss. It makes me sad, but the truth hurts.
Well, you've heard it here, folks, from Red Mountain himself. Van Gore is not a boss. He's a level 1 scrub.
He's a level 35 boss.
My guess is because King Boo is like the Mac Daddy, like he's the final boss, so he's gonna be last, of course, right?
Yeah, I feel like Van Gore's, presence is really overshadowed by King Boo.
I don't know if anybody's ever gotten Bogmire or Bulas's key right after defeating Van Gore to see what happens, if he's like the last or not. Alright, anyway. Now we're gonna go to walk to King Boo and basically just kill him, and then we win.
Don't take Safari Mirror and just walk all the way down.
Yep. So, final meter warp of the run.
I was kind of hoping you would actually do that, but
So King Boo.
sorry, I was a scrub.
King Boo fight's gotta be, it can be pretty difficult if you go for a 1 cycle, but most people will 2 cycle King
So
Boo.
yeah, basically, I'm gonna be going... What were you gonna say?
Probably what you were about to say, just go ahead.
So, the 2 cycle, basically, the first cycle, I'll let chat do a little prediction of the first cycle. Pick a number, basically anything between like 220 and like 280, although I'm probably not going to get below 235, so a good number is between 235 and like 255. Those are all good numbers, I guess. If
My
anybody wants,
guess is 237. And if you don't get 237, you know what I'm going to do? Nothing. So,
Absolutely nothing.
you better
I'm saying
do.
247.
247? Dang.
Yeah.
Whoever gets closer between the two of us
Wins.
does absolutely nothing.
You guys get a cookie. Unless, of course, I might get hit by an ice ball and just get like 300 something. Although I could get like pretty decent if it's the last one. But yeah, basically, any number. I mean, you can pick really any number greater than 220, but usually I get between 235 and 255. Sometimes if I do good, I'll get like 226 or something. I don't know. Just 235 to 255.
Here it comes. Bowser's just saying hello. I mean, I don't see what's wrong with it. He's like Gwa. He's like Grr. So Bowser doesn't have a throat, so I don't exactly know how he sucks up Luigi with that attack, but I don't know where any of that fire is
He
coming
swallowed
from.
a vacuum, so he has a vacuum in his stomach.
Oh yeah,
That
you're
just sucks.
right.
Yeah.
Bowser is just a vacuum. So he's probably gonna go for a 2 cycle here. And let's see, will my prediction of 237 be correct, or will Joven's bad prediction of 247 be correct?
Hopefully I don't get higher than either.
Let's see.
This is not looking too great. All right. Well, I think Joven was closer.
I was closer. Although if we're going by the Price is Right rules, Red was closer because I went over.
Yeah. Well,
So
technically,
I am the winner.
technically, I did more damage, or Red went over because I did.
Yeah, so I guess
guessed
Red
more.
went over.
Well, there are no rule sets where I win that, but either way, I was still.
Looking good.
I was more optimistic. And,
All right. Oh, I didn't say yeah.
time.
End it. It's over.
Time.
We forgot to mention that.
On my timer,
GG.
I got 105.25. So
Oh, that was actually pretty close then.
yeah, 3.5.
Because I don't actually think we did a countdown for the beginning of the run. I think we just started. So
I checked and the timers were really, really close, like after Area 3, so I don't know if they drifted apart or whatever, but yeah. GG, obviously a lot of very big mistakes happened. I soft locked and then I reset without saving, so I was able to back it up for the most part. I'm very upset I wasn't able to show off the wrong work, but that can happen another day. I got all the portraits. Actually, I didn't get Bogmire and Spooky in this run, but they don't count.
yeah. So congratulations to Saria, aka Saria, aka what else was there? Sierra? Like I don't know. Like yeah, there are a lot of pronunciations to his name. Whatever you want to call him, he did this run. He went through a lot of troubles. Either way, he did it.
Yeah, this run was basically the absolute worst case scenario, and I still finished a minute and a half, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, as I said, this is Saria %, so that's what we're gonna be going with that.
All right, I'm just gonna reset because I don't have all the portraits, and I am gonna hide that. So there you go, guys.
Don't tell anyone.
Yep, keep it a secret. So yeah, that's all from me.
Congratulations, Saria. We're gonna go on to our next run, to whatever it's gonna be, because I don't actually know.
Yes.
The next run's actually going to be in Near Automata, so
that sounds
definitely
fun.
stick around for that one. We're going to have a quick little intermission and then we'll get on with that one. But sorry, thank you for that awesome run. And everyone at home, sit tight. We'll see you in just a quick second.
Later.
Later.